from Melania Trump, who announced her central issue as First Lady, combating cyberbullies. The 11th hour begins now. Well, good evening from our headquarters here in New York. This is the 11th hour in this presidential race. As of sunup tomorrow, we are 4 days until the election. And heading into the final weekend of the campaign, if you don't count the early vote or absentee ballots, nearly 33 million votes in 38 of our 50 states, this is time for closing arguments. Hillary Clinton is reminding her audiences about her opponent's character. Donald Trump is trying to criminalize Clinton to voters, which on the stump twice today meant repeating a key provision of a Fox News report that turned out not to be quite as reported.
There is more breaking news that I'd like to share with you right now. It was reported last night that the FBI is conducting a criminal investigation into Hillary Clinton's pay-for-play corruption during her tenure as Secretary of State. In other words, the FBI is investigating how Hillary Clinton put the office of Secretary of State up for sale in violation of federal law. The investigation is described as a high priority. It's far-reaching and has been going on for more than 1 year. It was reported that an avalanche of information is coming in. The FBI agents say their investigation is likely to yield an indictment.
Law enforcement officials tell NBC News specific claim of a likely indictment, which has been walked back now. Hear a portion of that interview. Your candidate today on the stump, a quote from Donald Trump: "It was reported that an avalanche of information is coming in. The FBI agents say their investigation is likely to yield an indictment." This has been walked back, the indictment portion, by Fox News, who originally reported it, and by NBC News, which has done subsequent reporting on this. Will Donald Trump amend his stump speech to walk back the same thing?
Well, the damage is done to Hillary Clinton, though. No matter how it's being termed, the voters are hearing it for what it is. A culture of corruption. We see reports tonight, confirmed by a different network, Brian, that there are new emails that have to do with Hillary Clinton in this Anthony Weiner laptop situation, I suppose. And, I mean, everybody, I think, suspected that out of 650,000, there might be something new there. And now we're getting confirmation here from Jason Chaffetz, the chairman of the appropriate committee, saying that he just fears that we would have President Hillary Clinton who would face all types of investigations. You have Chairman McCall saying that she could easily be impeached or indicted. In other words, you have responsible members of Congress coming forward and saying, based on what they know and what they see and what their experience is, that we could just be living this nightmare from basically the moment she was elected or took office. And I'm wondering why more Democrats aren't asking Hillary Clinton to step aside, get off the ticket for the good of the party, for the good of the election, for the good of the country. And why not a single Democrat, as far as I can tell, has unendorsed her or has said, I really don't want to run on the ticket with someone who's not under one but two FBI investigations.
As a lawyer, though, you would concede indictment is not only a term of art, it's a term of law, and that's a big difference to use the expression likely indictment when all the reporting is to the contrary.
Fine, it doesn't change what's in voters' minds right now, and you see it in your own polling, you see it in other polling, Brian, which is, even though the polls were tightening before last Friday's explosive announcement by Mr. Comey, you see that voters are putting this in their large voter cauldron of impressions and issues and images and individuals and issues from which they eventually make a choice.
We should note here, NBC News has checked out the report that Conway mentioned about new emails related to the Clinton server. A senior official told us they could not confirm that. Let's, at this point, bring in our panel. So much to talk about, so little time. Nicole Wallace, MSNBC political analyst, former communications director for President George W. Bush. Steve Schmidt, also an MSNBC political analyst, as luck would have it, former chief strategist to the McCain campaign. And Mark Halperin, managing editor of Bloomberg Politics, co-host of, with all due respect, co-host of The Circus on Showtime. Welcome to the three of you. Nicole, it's being theorized that the appeal here, criminalizing Clinton, is to what I would have described as you two, moderate Republicans, who have a healthy bit of disdain for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, listen, they're both engaged in a similar closing argument, each trying to not just dissuade people from enthusiastically backing them, each trying to sort of suppress the turnout. They're trying to disqualify both of them. Both are making the same case that the other is unfit for office. Hillary Clinton's doing it by suggesting that his temperament is completely unsuited for a person that's to handle the nuclear codes. We had President Obama making that case in a very overt way today. But game is just cruddy. I mean, I don't know what the sort of calculation is, but that is clearly the calculation they've made.
Steve Schmidt.
About whom the spotlight is shining on, that's the person who's been losing the race. So we had this moment in time where Hillary Clinton was trending north with 300. The FBI. Secretary Clinton's campaign is doing, I think, is within the normal boundaries of American politics. They're making a tough political argument. But on the Republican side, you go back to the convention, lock her up, what I call banana republicanism. We don't do that in the United States. We don't lock up our opponents. But he uses the words, well, indictment is imminent, and news organizations report that out, and they say, that's not true. You have the campaign manager say, well, that doesn't matter because it helps us politically. I suppose become a criminal after you're found guilty in America by a jury of your peers through a trial process that follows an indictment. You don't become criminal because your political opponent denounces you on it. We have a presumption of innocence in this country, and again, it's just another attack foundationally on pillars of American democracy that are cheered loudly and unfortunately by so many thousands of people in each
It just
house.
feels like it's back to the asymmetry of the campaigns they're waging against one another. Like you said, she's fighting in sort of the lane of that which is normally accepted. He has a totally different bar. He really has no bar for the kinds of attacks he launches against.
And Mark Halperin, I say this with charity in my heart, good evening, and weekly viewer. When Donald Trump complains that he is not getting favorable coverage in the MSM, he has not been listening to you this cycle. I think you've gone out of your way to find the path, argue for the path, forge the path for him in an argumentative way with your co-host to the nomination tonight. I thought you were interestingly optimistic. Where are you getting the path of positivity you laid out on your broadcast?
Well, it's not quite the optimism. Of course, I'm looking at the data and looking at what's going on in the battleground states. I agree with Steve. She's still overwhelmingly in favor. She has many more paths. She's got the demographics on her side. She's got the recent electoral college history that heavily favors the Democratic Party. The polls have tightened, and both campaigns agreed that they began tightening even before the Comey announcement because of the Affordable Care Act and the WikiLeaks stuff. He has the ability to read from the headlines every day in a distorted way at times, sometimes not. But if there is a bit more of a national surge, and if it turns out that the ceiling is higher than the Clinton folks think, if it turns out that she doesn't have the hold on the coalition of the Assembly that Barack Obama had, I think it's possible he can find his way to 270, but it's still not a current thing. He'd need to surge more than he has, and the Clinton folks are quite adamant. He's not surging. It's a small but stable lead, which is exactly what Barack Obama had over Mitt Romney.
Either of you, 15 seconds before I play some of what Trump did tonight.
No, I mean, I think that's fair, but I think the idea that there's some magical state with magical polls that we don't see where he's ahead in the blue state is completely false. He's ahead in Iowa, that's it. I don't see him.